Hey, peace and blessings to you. My name is Jere B. I am the EntreMusician, and so are you. And so is this brother who's sitting to my left. We're going to talk to the incomparable EntreMusician extraordinaire, Mr. Stephen M. Lee from Memphis, Tennessee. But before we do that, we're going to do this. As you know, all of our videos are sponsored by Vocal. Vocal is the only beverage on the planet designed to soothe, refresh, and restore your voice. So if you talk all day like I do, and like I've been doing, or you sing all night, you definitely want to get yourself some Vocal. Go to drinkvocal.com. It's about the launch. We've been saying that for weeks. It's about the launch, but it really is about the launch. You want to get yourself some Vocal. Now, to those of you who are in the larger Memphis area, I'm sure you've heard of the Memphis Jazz Workshop. This gentleman right here is the brother who started that. Brother Lee, what's happening, man? How you doing?
What's going on, man?
How you feeling?
Okay, I'm doing good, doing good.
I can't remember how long it's been since our first conversation. If that's been about, has it been 8 or 9 years now?
Man, it hasn't been that long. It may have been about 5.
About 5 years. You sent me an email, right?
Yep. I remember I was doing the CD, the Music in the Key of My Life.
That's right.
CD. We got connected. I think, yeah, you know what? I sent you a copy of this CD.
That's correct.
Yeah, and from there, you blessed me. You introduced me to a lot of other different radio stations to start playing that CD. I don't know if you remember that. You send it to about 5 to 10 different radio stations.
Correct.
Yeah, and we did a couple of interviews. I would get the latest out of the Carolinas. We did the interview with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we did. I think it was Trish Hennessy.
It was.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep. So it's been about 5 years. 5 years.
Wow. Time flies. I thought it was maybe more like 8 or 9, but man, oh man.
Oh no! I had just moved back from New York about 9 years. So yeah, and I was in Memphis for about maybe 3 years before I recorded that first CD.
Wow. So what year did you start the Memphis Jazz Workshop?
Oh, I just started that 2017.
2017. Wow.
So it's still in the infant stage. It's fairly new, but it's been really good. It's been really good. We started summer of 2017. We did the summer, we did the fall of 17, we did the spring of this year, and we did the summer. Now we're back into the fall. So, yeah.
I think it's better than its infancy. You've got some heavy hitters involved. You want to talk about the people that you were able to interest and come on board?
Actually, it's been a blessing because I connected with Memphis Music Initiative. Memphis Music Initiative is an music organization in Memphis that pretty much send teachers out to different schools to teach music. But they have funded, it's called Memphis Music Initiative. They have funded, and also I got a private donor who pretty much invests $1 million in the organization.
Excellent.
Yeah, so then I've of course Kirk Whalum. Kirk Whalum is doing a fundraiser for us in April.
Oh, that's excellent.
Of 19, yeah. So I got a lot of great teachers involved locally here in Memphis. I don't know if you might not know them, but local teachers like Eddie Clark, trombone player, Gary Topper, which is a great saxophonist. Johnny Yancey, great trumpet player. James Sexton actually is on the CD that's on that I recorded that got nominated for Stellar Award. Yeah,
he's the drummer.
He's also a teacher. So it's great, man. It's really a blessing. Really a blessing.
Well, I tell you what, your CD, Songs in the Key of My Life, is an absolute blessing. You want to talk a little bit more about that, when it was released, and what's been going on since you put that on the street?
Oh, man. That was released 2014. It was nominated for the Rhythm and Gospel Award, which I won that award, Special Event CD of the Year.
Yeah.
It was also nominated for Stellar Award, first round. So I made the first round, but you know what, man? I've been so busy. I haven't even recorded another CD, and that's bad, man. So it's been 5 years. But the last couple years, I just been teaching. I've been doing a lot of teaching. I got a Steinway. I was awarded Steinway Artist Teaching Award. A bunch of other teaching awards. So I've been doing a lot of teaching, man, for the last 2 or 3 years, which is good, but I still miss playing.
Yeah.
So now I'm trying to figure out how to balance being a businessman, a teacher, and a musician, man. So I'm working on that thing, and it's tough. It's tough.
Well, that's exactly what the EntreMusician is about all the stuff that we are involved in when we put our instrument down, because sometimes it gets busier when you're not gigging because you're trying to keep the train on the track.
Yeah. So, man, but it's I got to learn that balance, and 2019 is the balance year for me, because I definitely need to put a great CD out. A lot of people asking me, where's the next CD coming out? Where's the next CD coming out? And I'm tired of giving them an excuse. Well, I'm doing a lot of teaching, so I just got to sit down, and I've written some music. I just need to get the band together and just go forward with it.
Wow. Well, here's what we want to know. First of all, tell us about your development, how early you got started, some of the highlights on the journey, and then I want to know I'm going to ask you some personal questions too, but first, the musical journey of Stephen Lee.
Okay, well, I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, Carver High School, graduate class of 1987. I went to University of Knoxville after Carver High School graduate. I went to University of Knoxville, where I studied with Donald Brown, which is a world-renowned jazz pianist. And I left Knoxville in '95. I went to Vegas for about a year. And while I was in Vegas, I was blessed to have opportunities to travel to Switzerland and Paris to perform with a local singer out of Vegas. After I left Vegas, I think it was in '96, I moved to New York. And that's when I learned that I know nothing about music. That's for me when the journey really got serious. Cause I knew I could play, but man, when I got to New York, man, I think it took me 6 months before I even went and played a jam session. I would go to jam sessions, but I was too scared to sit in. So I got with some guys, Sasha Perry, Anthony Wanzi, some great pianists out in New York. I just got with them, started taking lessons, and just really started practicing, man. So I spent, about 5 or 6 months before I even went out and played in New York, and that was a great experience. And after that, I started doing, the MD positions around the city, around Queens, Brooklyn. Then I also was blessed to work at Fred Price Ministry.
Yeah.
Dr. Fred Price.
Yeah.
I was his music director for about 4 years. So I was music director to 2009. 2009, we left New York. We had me and my family had like maybe $200. But between me and my wife and my youngest daughter, like 3, we moved back to Memphis. I got a job teaching full time. Here in Memphis, teaching elementary, and I was, the thing about Memphis, you have to be certified to teach full time. So I had 3 years, and after 3 years, I couldn't teach no more. So I was like, okay, so you telling me the state of Tennessee is telling me that I can't teach because I'm not licensed? I don't believe that. So what I did, I started praying. I started, speaking things into my life. God, this is what I want to do. I want to teach kids my way.
Yeah.
So I started developing, meeting as a teacher, going to different workshops, meeting other people. That's why I got connected with the Memphis Music Initiative, which I learned how the nonprofit world works. So this, we like at 2000, maybe 15, I hooked up with MMI, Memphis Music Initiative, learned how the nonprofit works.
Yeah.
And that's how, I got into the founder of this Memphis Jazz Workshop.
Wow.
And this where we are now.
That's absolutely excellent. Now, somewhere in that journey, though, you were affiliated with a music magazine.
Oh, man, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, In Concert Magazine. We started that in 16. Uh, Man, this guy, we would, it was a digital magazine. It
Yeah.
was viewed over, 120 different countries. And some of the cover stories of Kirk Whalum, Kyle Eastwood, which is was Clint
Clint.
Eastwood. So,
Correct.
yeah. Um, oh man, who else? Terrell Carrington,
Yeah.
drummer.
Yeah.
Randy Brecker. Um, it was some more. It was about maybe we did like maybe 7 to 8 different cover stories, but it was musicians, man, from all over the world.
Yeah.
Was in this magazine. It was about maybe 60 to 7 pages. We'll have videos. We'll have their bio, um, different articles. It was a great thing, and we're still doing. We just gonna put it to the side for a little bit.
Yeah.
I need to pick that back up too, man. It's just so many things that I've been doing between the magazine, teaching musicians. I'm trying, putting things on the side, but that needs to come back into my life too, because that was a great blessing too. Because I connect with so many different booking agencies, publicists, musicians all
Yeah.
over the world, man, all over the world.
Well, that's why I called you the EntreMusician Extraordinaire, because I knew, hey, you're missing something. Because
Concept Magazine, oh man, InConceptMagazine.com. Yep, InConceptMagazine.com. Check that out.
that's
Yeah,
absolutely.
I forgot about the magazine.
I wasn't gonna let you forget, brother, because some of that journey I've walked through with you and just kind of watched it all blossom and blow up, man. And really, from that very first email and hearing that, and I'm telling you what, my nose is brown enough, brother. I don't have to say anything I don't mean. But from listening to that CD, I knew there was something more than music about you. I fell in love with the music, but I knew that there was a depth to your artistry, and that's what I wanted to bring to the table.
And you know what, man? You've always told me that, man. You've
It's
been
true.
I know we might not talk, on the regular, but you somehow, man, just been a blessing to me, and that I can't even imagine. We've never met first, face to face, but it's just that your anointing and you praying for me all my life has been a blessing, man.
Well, I,
It really has.
I
It
appreciate
really
that,
has.
man. My
And
heart is when I speak to Holy Spirit within me is to help entre musicians raise their voice. Because we are dealing with the same thing. And when we were on Trisha's show, we were talking about some of the, some of the concerns that we have. Whether you're from Chattanooga, whether you're from Memphis to Chicago, we're kind of all dealing with some of the same concerns. And
right,
it was her radio show that really birthed that we needed to
right.
put the entre musician together so that we can form this connection, have this collective dialogue, and be a resource of help to each other. So, if I've helped
Right.
in any way,
Okay.
praise God.
You helped a lot of ways, and I'm forever grateful to you, man, for that, for that.
Well, thank you, man. Let me ask about your beautiful family. You have a wonderful family. A wife of an entre musician is an interesting journey. So, tell me about your family.
Uh, Wife named Yvette Lee. She's from Trinidad. I
Mm,
met her in New York, 2000, actually 2000, and it was 2000 we met. Got married '03. We've been married for 15 years now. We have two beautiful daughters, Naima and Naomi. Naomi is the number one gymnast in the southern region. I mean,
wow.
from yeah, her age, she's 7, but Tennessee, Georgia, North South Carolina, she placed number 1
Wow.
year before last. Last year she was number 2, so she's a great gymnast. She's great, man. My blessing for her. If she becomes Olympic champ, that's great. But I just want her to get a free scholarship. I don't want her to pay for her to go to school.
I hear you.
Yeah, but my wife is very anointed. She's a praise and worship leader. She's serious with her praise and worship, and she's molded me into the person I am. Man, I give her so much credit.
That's
Um,
excellent.
and honestly, has molded me to the man I am. So it's just been a blessing. The family life is good. It's,
Absolutely.
it's good. My oldest daughter, she's 13, and you know how 13-year-olds are.
I do.
But it's good. She's very small. She's more into volleyball. The gymnastic thing was a little bit too more I think, too much serious for, maybe she was started at an early age like my youngest daughter. She probably would stay with it. But my youngest daughter, man, I mean, she just got maybe one second place in the last 2 years. And then we go everywhere. We Florida, Myrtle Beach, all over Tennessee, Arkansas, and we for the last couple of years we've been everywhere. And her season normally starts around spring. So yeah, that's good, man. It's
No,
the family.
that's excellent, man. I was thinking as you were talking about your youngest in the gymnastic is there's a certain amount of rhythm that she got from dad to be able to.
You okay? Yeah, because you know to stand on the I don't know if you know anybody know gymnastics. To stand on a beam is very it's challenging. I think that's the beam because it's the bar to beam. I'm still learning the ball,
Sure.
but you have to have some discipline, and I think she may have gotten that from me to focus. You know, as a musician, you know, practicing hours. A lot of people think, you know, that for somebody to sit at a piano for 6, 7 hours a day is they're crazy. But no, it takes a lot of discipline, focus. So I believe she got that from me. She got that from me, you know. So and she has it. So because she practiced, she has gym every day for about 3 or 4 hours. So she leaves school, you know, at 3:30, 4 o'clock. Then she go to the gym, you know, to like 7, 8, and we had to drag her sometimes, but when she wins, she's happy. So
Right. The result, put it in the work is the hustle, but the result is real good.
yep, just like what as a musician. Yep.
Absolutely. So, your time with Dr. Price, tell me about that time right there, you know, with Dr. Fred Price and being his music director.
Oh, oh man, I've been around a lot of ministers, but this is my opinion. When it comes to teaching faith, uh, I've never heard anybody teach faith like that. And I was on his ministry, and when people told me once you really understand how this works, you know how faith works, you will see it in your life. And I'm a witness to it. You know, understand life and death and the power of your tongue, speaking them things. If you do that, you be faithful. I mean, it works. And I can really say that. But it was great. You know, like I said, you know, I really got and I'm not saying I'm a Bible scholar, but you know, I just his teaching affected my life. You know, the music was great. Now, this thing about Dr. Price, certain songs you couldn't like. You know, you really didn't play certain songs. Everything had to be scripture.
Yeah.
So which is
Yeah.
that's cool. Now, some people might think different, but you know it worked. Everything that we minister at his church, it has to come from a script. You know, it had to be scripture. It couldn't be just words that you made up. Like and some musicians do it, and it's okay, but we do.
Sure.
For his ministry, it had to be everything had to be scripture. So I was with him for about 4 years. It was at 96th Street, Central Park West. It was a big cathedral church. That was just a great experience, man. I think if it wasn't been those 4 years on his ministry, I wouldn't have any idea of what faith works. I mean, you know, maybe some could have happened later, but you know, just being in a faith ministry was a blessing. Was a blessing.
That's wild. That's wild. Well, you know, we respect, we're here in Ohio and we respect Dr. Fred's ministry highly. And, you know, I mean, I don't, quote unquote, endorse a lot of TV preachers, you know, being a
Right.
minister of the gospel myself. But, you know, real, you know, game recognizes game and you know when
Right.
there's substance. And Dr.
Yep.
Price is always brought substance to the table, and I respect him highly for that.
Right. Yeah, it was a great experience, man. The music was great too. It was just we didn't have a big choir. We had a real praise team. Maybe the most we had maybe 7, 8 members. The band was it was me, another keyboard player, drummer, and a bass player. And the vibe was great, man. You know, it was just a great experience, man. You know, a day don't go by I don't think about New York. I miss New York so much. You know, just the ministry, the musicians, the drive that people have just to get better on not just music, just whatever it is, any type of work they're doing. It's an energy in New York that I miss, and I've been from New York 9 years.
Wow.
And yeah, and I still think about it every day. I just, I just miss that energy that the city gives you. I don't know why. It may be just the number of people you're on the subway, and you got so much energy that you feeding off day to day dealing with the subway. But my wife didn't like it, but I can take the subway. I can do. I can walk. From the, I can take the 25 inches of snow.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that, man. That was a great part of my life, man.
Now you
Great
had the
part.
opportunity to share the stage too with some wonderful heavy hitters: Gregory Porter, Esperanza,
Oh,
Spalding.
yeah. You remember this? I was working with Gregory Porter. We used to do block parties in Brooklyn, man, in Bed-Stuy. I used to go pick up Esperanza, and we had a gig in Lundale's. 8th Avenue was 8th Avenue 190. I'm sorry, 139. Lundale's Supper Club. I used to go pick up for gigs. She was a very humble person, but I knew she was gonna be who she is now.
Yeah.
Gregory Porter too, man. When I was working with, they were just doing local stuff,
Yeah.
local. But I just knew something about both of them. They were just gonna be just these, great musicians.
Giants.
So yeah, they are. And also, I don't know. Ulysses Owens Jr. was another guy I worked with. He's really big on entrepreneurship as a musician. I'd probably connect you with Ulysses, because he's doing a lot of workshops in different colleges. He played with Chris McBride for about maybe 5 or 6 years. I mean, he's probably one of the phenomenal jazz drummer out of New York now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good brother too. I mean, really from Jacksonville.
Yeah.
But
Is that right?
yeah, he's been in New York probably because he's a graduate from Juilliard, so he's been there from. Ulysses probably in New York maybe close to 20 years. But he's a good brother. So yeah, I mean, it was just a lot of musicians I've had a chance to work with. Worked with Kirk Whalum when I got to Memphis a couple of times.
Right.
Man, just great to just share the stage with just great music.
Absolutely.
Musicians, not just good musicians, but just has a great
People.
spirit about themselves. Yeah, just good
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, I understand that, man. And again, that's what really I recognized about you, and I recognized it about you through your CD, through your music. That again, it was your spirit. There was something else. There was that anointing.
Oh man, yeah, you're gonna definitely make me go to another.
You should get right on it, and you should invite Esperanza and Gregory, and it should be that Kirk.
And they have the time out. Oh man, if they have the time, and that'll be a lot of money to get them on it. But one day,
Faith.
one day,
Speak it into existence. Faith.
Hey, man. Right.
Hey, if you got the donor for the Memphis Jazz Workshop, you can get the donor to put them on your hit.
Yeah, you're right.
So,
You're right.
in this part, I want to ask what you would say to the young Stephen Lee, the up-and-coming Stephen Lee. So the older, seasoned Stephen Lee sees this young pianist coming up and making his bones. What advice would you give him? What would you tell him?
Like we just said, faith, practice. Just stay focused. Don't settle for a lot of temptations, because they'll come at you a lot of different ways. Just stay focused. If you like to practice 2 or 3 hours a day, do that, but also learn how to practice. Don't just sit at a piano and just jam. You want to always, Mulgrew Miller told me this, you want to do things, you want to practice things that you can't do. That's just the music side. And always, just always kind of be humble. and people see that in you, and they'll want to help you. You know, so that's, you know, faith, being humble, being dedicated, being consistent, and also being around opportunities too. You know, sometimes you might have to leave your home. You know, if you 18, 19, sometimes you might have to leave for a few years and go to another city. And you're not going to another city to be a big star. You're just going to another city to see, you know, how other people do other things. You know, so just being committed, being committed, being committed. But that faith is number one.
Yeah.
You know, believing in God and just believing things will come to pass in your life.
That's excellent advice. Absolutely excellent. So the last question I have for you, as I always ask, is what question did you wish I asked and I did not? Or what did you think we should talk about and we did not?
Maybe what's the future plans?
Yeah. Excellent question. Why don't you ask yourself that? What is the future plan?
The future plan. Oh, the future plans for me is you know, probably just have a big jazz festival here in Memphis. There's another thing I'm about to start doing. You know, it's people like Finest Newborn Jr., George Coleman, Charles Lower, Mogu Miller, James Williams. I mean, all these guys come out of Memphis, but Memphis do not know about these guys.
Wow.
So that's the problem. So my next phase, I know I'm talking about the CD and the magazine, but I got to start doing documentaries of these people, so Memphis can know about them. Then, you know, the world it's funny. The world know what if you're into the jazz world, you know about these artists.
Yeah.
But Memphis have no idea who Finest Newborn Jr. were, and that's because he was a genius. He was probably, if you put him up there with Art Taylor and Oscar Peterson, he would be 1, 2, or 3. And they have even said this.
Wow.
As a pianist, he was a genius. So the thing, I just want people to start knowing about the greats out of Memphis. I'd like to have a jazz festival one day, you know, a citywide jazz festival. Memphis have never had that. They have little things here and there, but I would like to have a huge jazz festival, invite you and your band down, and a lot of other artists come down here. Yeah, I know, yeah, you know, and just remind this city the legacy of jazz music. You know, it's I mean, that's one thing. You know, it's one thing I ask God for us to be prosperous. You know, and not just money, just wisdom. And you know, a lot of other things, but you know, just good health. You know, just music, more music out. I need to, like I said, when we start, I need to find that balance of how to be a musician and an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a tough balance, especially when you deal with board. You know, I have to deal with board members, which is a whole nother conversation.
Sure, that's another interview. That's interview number 2.
Yeah, that might be a 3 or 4 hour interview. But you know, just you know, just being blessed, man.
Yeah, man.
Just being blessed.
Now that's awesome, because now how many just to phase out, how many members is on the board of the Memphis Jazz Workshop?
Now it's about 5. We're about to select, I think, 3 more. Actually,
for the coming year, for the new year.
Yeah. You know, actually, I think it's 4 now. So we're looking at 7 because we got to have an odd number.
Yeah.
It's 4. We got to select 3 more. Starting we're in the selection process now. So hopefully, beginning of January, we will have those. We'll have 7 board members in place.
So how do people reach you online? What is it? MemphisJazzWorkshop.org?
MemphisJazzWorkshop.org. Yep. Well, you know, yeah.
What about Stephen Lee? Because you don't spell it, and it'll be in the description box on this video, but it's Stephen, It's spelled Stephen.
Yeah. Yep.
But
yeah, that's
what's your website?
oh man, my website is leadjazzomegamusic.com.
Say it again.
leadjazzomegamusic.com.
That's excellent. Yeah. 1 CD so far, about 15 to come.
Oh man, yes. Yeah.
Right?
2019, I will have now. I know I'm putting myself on the spot. I will have another CD. 2019.
You heard it right here on the EntreMusician. The new CD, not yet titled, coming from Stephen Lee.
Yep. It's now that when I'm thinking about that, website might be down. So if you want to, you can always Google. I don't know. You can always Google and leave an email.
Sure.
You can Steve Lee. You can Google Memphis Jazz Workshop. That website definitely up, but you can leave an email if you want to reach out to me through the Memphis Jazz Workshop.
That's excellent, man. That's excellent. I am so proud to know you. So honored to just have walked the little leg of the artistry that you're giving the world, man. And I know that your name is going to soon be a household name. Look, I'm not trying to jap you up. I don't need to do that. I really don't. What I'm saying is once other people from other countries and other regions of the United States gets a hold of what you're doing in jazz and through the work of the Memphis Jazz Workshop, Stephen Lee is going to be, I mean, it's a done deal. So I say that to the glory of God, not to jap you up, to the glory of God.
Right. And I appreciate that. I know, because I know you. I know where that's coming from.
Absolutely.
I know where it's coming from. It's coming from the Creator. So, I already know you. I know I know your spirit.
Absolutely. Well, I'm so grateful for you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for just tuning in to this video. This is Stephen Lee, founder of the Memphis Jazz Workshop. He is an extraordinary EntreMusician, as you've heard, doing work on both sides, from the artistry level as well as from the business, dealing with boards and all of the other things that you have to do as an EntreMusician. So, Peace and blessings to you. My name is Jere B. That's Stephen Lee. We are EntreMusicians, and so are you. We'll see you next time.
Thank you so much.
My brother. Blessings.
Okay. Yeah, same here, brother.